Yo, welcome back to the Feuding Bros, a show where we talk about everything football. Today on the menu, we have Euros final. We're going to be reviewing on the Euro final that just finished a couple days ago now, well, a few days ago now. And yeah, as usual, I'm here with Cherry and Freddie. Guys, what's going on, man?
Good man, good man. Just chilling. Back to the boring life of no soccer, no football. But actually, it's actually nice. It's actually nice to get a little break because it was hectic for a bit, man. Like I remember them days where there was 5 games in the day, and it's just like it's too much, man. You
Yeah,
can't keep up.
yeah,
You can't keep up, man. You're trying to keep an eye on everything, but there's just too much going on. So it's been nice few days of rest after the finals. It was a really good day on Sunday, last Sunday, with two finals, two good games.
yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, two, I mean, worthy winners. I know we're gonna touch about it. But yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Same here, man. Same here. Catching the break, enjoying the break mainly before club news start trickling in, and we're already getting a lot of that. So a
Yeah.
lot to discuss on the menu as always.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, as you said, action-packed summer. A very welcome break right now because there was a lot of stuff going on. But the new season only starts a month from now, so the break is not going to be that long. I think preseasons for club teams starts next week for some teams. So it's just 100 miles an hour right now, just 100. But hey, we're here to talk about everything, and yeah, let's start our review on the Euro final, which saw Spain victorious in the end against England 2-1. Yes, deserved winner, guys.
Big time. No doubt from me.
Yeah. Deserved winners, best team in the tournament. Yeah, nobody came close. Obviously, we're gonna talk about it, but just the level of the big teams, especially in general, in this Euro wasn't great. So Spain was really like looked. And they were good. They were good themselves, just their own play. But just because the level as well of other teams wasn't as good as usual, they looked even better than the rest. So yeah, deserved winners. I mean, we predicted England to win an ugly win, and I mean they tried. They gave it a go. They really gave it a go, and they really fought. Probably this is probably the most England can give right now with the manager they had. I know he is. We're gonna touch on that and what happened to him, but I think that was probably the most they could do. But yeah, that Spain team, man, they're just so good. They're just so good, and the fact that it's Cucurella that gives the pass as well just shows you like how much everybody elevated the level because he had a poor season. I mean, towards the end he got a little bit better, as the whole of Chelsea did towards the end of the season. They got a little bit better, but I mean, in general, he's had a poor time at Chelsea. But this tournament, I mean, he was like he looked like I don't know, prime Maldini or something. Like nobody could get past it. Even Saka had a rough time. Saka that was killing him in the Prem.
Right.
Saka had a rough time against him this game. So yeah, man, worthy winners. Football won. The best team that played the best football, most entertaining. And yeah, they deserved it. They deserved it.
100%, deserved, man. Like there is no doubt that was the most wanted outcome, for the best football to win, and that's what we saw. I'm glad we did because if it was any other thing, we will be still singing the glories of Southgate. When, as I personally thought, he didn't do much. They deserve. I mean, not deserve. It's harsh on the man, but glad is history now. He did what he did. Best England manager, but we all saw that this team was so limited tactically, and Spain just took advantage of that. They completely, outclassed them in many areas. Okay, so I know the game, the results tells maybe a different story. The game was close, but in terms of control and confidence and just energy, Spain was always on top. So again, yeah, football won. Glad about that. And yeah, fully deserved champions.
Yeah, guys, as you said, the best team won. I mean, it wasn't even close that Spain was the best team of the tournament. Um, just largely better than everybody else. I was a little bit scared about Spain, just about their experience because they were very reliant on two young kids over on both wings, and I was thinking that maybe when they get to play against when they get deep into the tournament and they get to play against like the big boys, the experience will catch up to them. But they proved me wrong. Let's not forget that they came out of the group of death, so they never had an easy game during this tournament, and they won every game. What they beat Croatia, they beat Italy, they beat Spain. They beat France, they beat England,
Germany.
and yeah, so just deserve winners. And yeah, I don't think there's anybody who will say any otherwise. Just a word on England. I thought first half in this game, they looked pretty set. They looked like they had some type of game plan. They were not here to play football. They were just here to contain. But I felt like in the first half, they did a good job. I mean, I'm going to mention a couple of players. I mean, Luke Shaw for his first start of the tournament in the final. That first half, he had Yamin Lamal on lock. Like,
He did,
Yamin
yeah.
Lamal would not go anywhere. Luke Shaw was amazing in that first half. So I was thinking, okay, if they have that foundation, if they build a foundation from the defense, which looked pretty set. John Stones, he was heading everything out. He was everywhere. It was probably his best game of the tournament as well. Pickford pulled out some amazing saves during that game.
Yeah.
I don't really rate Pickford, but I mean, he looked pretty decent. I I think England's Achilles heel was again going forward, and they didn't offer much going forward. To be honest, I mean maybe one or two half chances here and there, but really nothing to highlight until the second half when Gareth Southgate makes the changes. And I also feel like to be fair to Gareth Southgate as well, that he made good changes at the right time, and it almost changed the game. And because when they equalized that game, I'm thinking England has the momentum here.
Yeah.
Because for about 5 minutes after that goal, England were on top.
Yeah.
England was pushing, and it's just to say, like, just if they had a little bit more courage, which they haven't shown all tournament and for a long time now, if they had a little bit more courage, you can see that when they want to play, they can. But again, after those 5 minutes, it's a combination of Spain regaining control of the game and themselves just going back within themselves and just going back and playing defensive, and that was the problem there. So for me, there was some good and some bad in the England performance, but just Spain just beastly throughout the game, apart from those 5-10 minutes where England were on top. And for me, at halftime, when I see Rodri go off, I'm thinking, this could be problematic. But they come back, and then in the first few minutes, they go and score the first goal, and then just everything they just relax from there. So yeah, that was a really good game, to be honest. It takes two to make a good game, but yeah I felt like as we all said, the best team won in the end. So yeah, I mean, congratulations to Spain, who win the Euros for the fourth time.
Yeah, record holders.
Yeah, record holders. Yeah,
and
man.
England,
And like you said, sorry, like you said on England, like obviously Spain was the better team. Spain dominated the game; they're worthy winners. But England, you can kind of say missed a little bit of a trick, because you said like first half there was nothing in terms of like chances. Obviously Spain had all of the ball; they were the aggressors. England was just trying to survive. But we knew that was probably going to be the game plan for England: just survive and rely on a moment from these guys up top to do something. Obviously, you started second half, you concede a goal, and Spain is on top, and they probably should have been 3-0 up before England even like had the chance to score their goal. But they were not. It was still 1-0. You score your goal, and you go back into your shell again, like you've done all tournament, like you've done for what, since 2016, since this guy was in. It's been what, 8 years, 7 years.
Yeah.
Like that you've done the same thing and it's not worked. If at least it was working, like you look at your friends, it's ugly. It's very ugly how they play, but it works. They've won, So like at the end of the day, you can't really say anything to Deschamps, because you're gonna be like, well, I got a World Cup and I got to the final of the second one, and like we were what if Martinez didn't play for Argentina, France probably wins, two World Cups in a row. So England again, and that's why we've been saying all along, yes, he makes good subs, but the team plays like him. like his character, like his coaching, and they are very conservative. So their first instinct is to, oh, let's protect what we have, you
Yeah.
know. And you put all these attacking players on the field, and still their first instinct is to, let's play counter, let's defend, let's, even though we're on top, let's protect the 1-1, let's go to extra time, let's maybe wait for PKs. And yeah, you can do that at the top level. It's not good enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's they lived off moments during this tournament. They just lived off moments. There was no sense of collectivity within that team, the English team. They got to the final purely on moments. You can remember obviously Bellingham's overhead kick in the last minute against
Yeah.
Slovakia.
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't score there. They're out of the tournament. Was it the last 16 game or was it the
Yeah,
quarterfinal?
last 16.
Mhm.
They're out of it doesn't score that. They're out of the tournament in the last 16. That would have been embarrassing. And for them to get to the final, for me, is just paper over the cracks. Paper over the
Yeah.
cracks. You know?
Yeah.
Another single moment that gets them to go through is Bukayo Saka scoring the Bukayo Saka goal again. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
throughout the tournaments, they just lift off individual moments.
Mhm.
And like you said, Thierry, this is not sustainable to win tournament. That you cannot do it. But let's just segue just about that. We've learned yesterday, I believe, that Gareth Southgate has resigned from his post as the head coach of England. And
About time.
what is your reaction about that, guys?
About time. I wonder how he survived this long, man. Like there was no reason. There was no reason to keep him this long. Honestly, like it did what he had
Well,
to
I
do.
mean, it was.
You could say that
Semi-finals.
you're a top country. You're a top country. You should aim higher. You know, I feel like they were just hung up about having a British coach. That's it, because he has no credential. Yes, he took them far. He did better than his predecessors, but is that really the level that we're going to put them on? You know, so I think his main problem was the lack of identity. We all talked about it. That's really well known. He's had this national team for how long? 8 years. 8 years. I mean, besides Deschamps and I don't know who else, maybe Scaloni. I don't know who else has had the team that long and still no style of play. I mean, just a quick comparison with Manchester United. If Ten Hag, after 2 years, is getting, the main argument against him is like, well, no style of play, and he should get the sack, then this guy has no right. He has no right to be here, to have been there that long. Yes, he got them far, but is it about getting far in competition? Because you can do that. I mean, you can come with the Greece style of play and go far, right? But does that mean that there is a sustainable system that you put in place for the team? I don't think he's achieved that, despite having a great set of players in his hands. I think people would have been more understanding of him or more supportive of him if he was losing, but with the manner. The problem is you're losing and it looks terrible. So right decision. I think they're just gonna have to rush through things to find somebody that's gonna get them prepared within 2 years for the World Cup. And hey, I think it's only up from now if they make the right decision. If they don't try to be political about it, if they really go for the best they can get at the time for England, I think that's gonna be just like a spark in the team to be like, hey, yeah, things are different now. Here's a new guy. Let's go. Let's give it our best. And obviously that coach is gonna have to make things work as well. So yeah.
I think what you said there as well is exactly that. Is that the style of play depends on the kind of players that you have, and I think that's why it is getting all that criticism. Is that you have an abundance of talent. You're not like a small team or coming with average players, and using them to play so pragmatic as you have. You have players that are used to playing a high intensity football for most of them. They all play in clubs where that's the style of play. They all play in clubs where passing and moving is and attacking football is paramount. And then they come to the national team with that abundance of talent and to play so negative. I think that's where it ultimately it came to an end for him. And is apart from Sir Alf Ramsey, who won the World Cup, yes, he's going to be up there with some of the best England coaches, just purely on results and nothing else. Not because of his genius or because he was an amazing manager. No, it's just purely on results. And with a team like that, I mean, look at Spain. Who knew their coach before that? And
Exactly.
Spain has
Yeah.
arguably a less talented team than England.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
not only the one, but then one with style.
Exactly.
And so it doesn't have to be the the best, the Mourinho's and that the best of the best, but it just has to be someone that is right for that team, that is right for them players to put everyone and someone who's brave as well to make the critical decisions.
That's
What
right.
about you? What do you think about them?
I mean, I echo what you guys have to say. I mean, he has the results behind him, and I think he's done a decent job. I wouldn't say he's a failure. I think he's done a decent job in terms of, to be fair to him, when he came, England was very low. They were very low. They were at a horrible point in their football history. It was after the whole Sam Allardyce debacle. The fact that even Sam Allardyce got the job shows you how bad it was at that time for England. So
The Wally with the Brolly.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it was low. So he took them far. He took them. I hear a lot about how he changed the culture. He changed the setup in the background, made it more fun. And I do agree that he did that, and he also kind of brought back a hope. Because I mean, before, nobody like going into a tournament, no English fan. Oh, I know they were singing like "It's Coming Home" and they always do that, but everybody knew we're not gonna do like England's not gonna do anything. Like England's not gonna do.
They need to stop singing that. Every time they do that, he bites it in the ass. They need to stop singing that. Just humble themselves. You haven't won nothing since 1966. Most of you guys singing it, we're not even a sperm, not let alone born. So just humble yourself. Realize that this is what England is. England is what decent. They're a decent team. They're a team on the international plan that will compete, but they will not win. So just humble yourself. When you're acting like you've won so many trophies, like when there's nothing to show for it, like know. So I mean, you have to stand everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, but I do feel like he's brought back a sense of like we can win, like going into tournaments, they're going with more belief that they can win. But we always knew that this guy will not get them over the line. Like after the World Cup in 2018, where they have Croatia, basically they have them by the throat. They have them on a chokehold and they let go.
Yeah, they let go. They just did not have that last push. And the same against Italy as well.
The same against Italy. 3 years later, and again this tournament, the same thing. Nearly every. I mean, they were even terrible. At least the other tournaments, they had some moments where they played fairly well. But like again, you can say in the final a similar thing. Yes, you've been dominated, but you finally get up to a point where you're back in the game and you're pushing, and Spain looks rattled. Spain looks frazzled. They're losing the ball. They can't play at the back. Like that's what you kill. That's what you kill.
Yeah.
That's what you kill. If you're a big team, that's what you kill.
Keep applying that pressure.
Exactly. That's what you kill.
I do have to say though, I think yes, it was their habit to do that. So obviously they kind of reverted back to that. I did think they tried in a sense to kind of apply pressure as well, right? They didn't just give the ball back, obviously. So there was the element of Spain just keeping the ball. Like they literally just sucked off that pressure. Let's just pass it. Yes, pressure, but
I can agree with that too. Yeah, I mean,
I can agree with that. I can agree with that too. But I feel like it's 50-50. In the sense where, in the sense where Spain does break your press once a couple times, 2-3 times, but you just keep going. You just keep setting traps.
Exactly.
You just keep like you see like a team like Austria.
Yeah.
If it was Austria in that sense, and they might leave space behind, but they will just keep going. Yeah. They will just keep pressing. They'll just keep going for it, and they'll just go. And they don't even have the players. And the thing is, these players, they do that at club level. For the most part, they play for teams that press. They play for teams that dominate games. They play for teams that have 60-70% possession when they're playing. So why are you not doing it at international level? That can only come from the manager.
It comes down to
that is right. Okay, let's just to try and move on from this topic, because I know we can talk for hours about this. There's also something else that in the news that I've seen as well, just rumors going around. Just quickly about I don't know if y'all seen it about Bellingham being an issue in the dressing room for England, and I've seen stuff like nobody really wanted to engage with him. And I've seen stuff where he had problem with Southgate himself, other players, and that his only friends in the squad was Trent Alexander-Arnold.
No way.
And, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen that lately, and there was this picture. I don't know if you've seen it. There was this picture that's circulating on social media where Bellingham went over to Palmer to try and shake his hand or whatever, and Palmer is not even looking his way, like
What?
not even trying to engage. I've seen that. Just try and look
No,
for that.
man. I haven't seen that. That's crazy.
That's where the actual rumors stem from. So yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of things that will probably come out in the next few weeks or years or whatever. I mean, I'm sure we'll know, but apparently Bellingham was not really a popular figure in the dressing room. Okay, so let's move on. Let's quickly go through our predictions. Well, this is the moment of truth now. Let's just show our listeners how expert-full we are. How knowledgeable we are.
This was poor.
Let's just quickly go over the actual awards of the tournament. Obviously, Spain the winner. So the best player of the tournament was Rodri. The best young player was Lami Yamal. So there were 6 top goal scorers who shared the top goal scorer trophy. So there were Daniel Mo, Kane, Cody Gakpo, Musiala, Mikotadze or something, and Trans from Slovakia or something. I think it was Slovenia, Slovakia. Yeah. So yeah, they all share the top goal scorer trophy, and then the team. Well, that's really what I wanted to focus about. The team of the tournament, which saw in goal the official team of the tournament, which had Mike Maignan, Cucurella, Saliba, and I think it was Gay. No, it wasn't Gay. What was the other one?
Walker.
Well, Walker was they put Walker right back, but the other center back. Oh, there you go. Yeah, just Akenji. Right, there you go, Akenji. And then we had Rodri, Ruiz, and Dani Olmo, and the forwards were Yamal, Nico Williams, and Musiala. So this, what I just want to say about this shows the lack of pure number 9s in this tournament.
Right. Yes.
So all the number 9s just flopped. All the number 9s flopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the Hurricanes, I mean, he scored 3 goals. It's like one tap in, 1 penalty, and just another ridiculous goal. Like just nothing to show for it.
Yep.
I mean, the best player was Dani Olmo, who scored the most goals. I think he had the most assists, but I think they didn't go on assists as well. Yeah. But yeah, just what do you think about this?
Fulkrug did all right, though. To be fair, I know he didn't start, but he did all right. To be fair to him,
in terms of number 9, he was probably the best pure number 9. He played the best in the tournament. To be honest, I mean, just this lack of pure number 9 out there.
It's ridiculous, man. You remember back in the day, you will have the Miroslav closer. You know he's gonna come here and bang 10 goals, like he's the main outlet of his team.
Even back in the days for England, you have the Roonies. I mean. So I mean, this tournament I think, and for Kyle Walker as well to be in this team of the tournament, I think is ridiculous.
Man,
yeah,
Kyle Walker should be in a flop, so the flop 11 of the tournament. He was so poor. How did he get into this team?
I think there was just nobody better, because I know we're gonna say
there was. I mean, Dumfries was much better than him.
I think
even Carvajal was much better than him.
Carvajal.
Exactly. So why
do you keep the balance?
If you're poor, you're poor. I would have put Gay there instead of a Kenji, because I think Gay was monstrous. For me, I actually did my own team of the tournament. My goalkeeper was Mamadashvili, just for that Portugal game. He was amazing in that Portugal game. Mamadashvili from Georgia. He was immense, just saving everything from there. Dumfries right back, Saliba. I was struggling between Pepe and Gay. I gave it to Pepe in the end because he's the OG and this is his last tournament, so why not? And Cucu Carlos, our left back, man. This guy just ate a lion before coming to this to this tournament. So I also had Rodri, and I was struggling again between Ruiz and N'Golo Kante. I thought N'Golo Kante had a decent tournament, man. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it might have been just a little bit better than Ruiz for me. Dani Olmo, and then up top I had Musiala, Yamal, and Nico. Yeah, a good shot for Cody Gakpo as well, though, because Gakpo had a decent tournament too. But yeah.
He did.
So do you guys have anything to say about that before we go into our predictions?
Well, no. Sounds about right.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, I would say, sorry, I would
Yeah.
say just Mike Magnan in goal, Walker out, put Carvajal in. The rest looks good to me in defense. I agree with you with Conte for Ruiz, and the top three is the top three. There's three strikers. Nobody was better than them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go into our predictions. Predictions. So the winner. That's how we who do you want to do? You remember your predictions actually?
A little bit.
So Thierry had France as the winner, and Freddie also had France as the winner, but he also had two backups, Portugal and Holland, and I had Germany as a winner. So we're all wrong there.
Yeah, very wrong.
The next category was the dark horse. I had Croatia, the winner of the group. Freddie had the Netherlands and Spain, so they did have the winner.
Okay,
There.
Freddie as the winner. Yeah.
So he has the winner there, and Thierry has the Netherlands and Croatia. So I mean, Netherlands they got to what semis.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can give you half a point for that. Surprise package. I think we can all. I mean, for me, the surprise there was two teams for me, Austria and Georgia. I was impressed with them Georgians, man. So for me, they were as well. I said Italy. Freddie said Italy and Belgium, and Terry said Austria. So hey, that's good. Now flops of the tournament. We all said
I had
England.
Spain. I know I had Spain.
We all said England.
Yeah.
No, you didn't have Spain. You just said England.
I didn't say.
No,
I
you
said
just said
England.
England. Freddie said England and Portugal, and I said Spain and England.
No.
So we all flopped there. Top goal scorer. Oh, that's. Well, Freddie said Musiala. He got into the team of the tournament, and he shared it, right? He scored the 3 goals, so yeah, I guess you got it right there. Terry said Harry Kane.
Yeah.
He also shared it, so I mean, I give you that. But yeah, not putting out the trades. And I said, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ah! Homelander.
See, I was taking you there. See what I was taking you there? All right, players to watch, or young players to watch, or young player of the tournament. Of course, Lamine Yamal won it. I said João Neves, didn't really see him much.
Unfortunately.
And Nico Williams. So I guess we can give me that, right? Nico Williams.
Yeah.
Freddie said Hoyland.
Oh!
And Zaire Emery.
Oh, you didn't even touch the field.
Non-existent in the tournament. And Thierry said Kobe Maino. Okay, I'll give you Kobe Maino. And Cecil. Lukewarm tournament for him.
It was lukewarm, yeah.
And flop of the tournament, we all said Bellingham. And
that's half a point for that.
I guess so. Thierry added Foden to that, so I guess you get the full point on that one.
See, I got 1 point.
So that's the roundup of our predictions and of the Euros. So just a final thoughts, guys. Overall, what did you think of that tournament, man? I guess I'll go first. Well, for me, it was one of the worst Euros I've watched, to be honest. One of the worst. It was just lacking something, just lacking. I don't know, maybe it's the new format, or I don't know as well. These things about the best third teams coming down, and you never know where they're gonna go, like who they're gonna take. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not sure about that. I mean, they did it in AFCON as well. I wasn't really, but I mean, it saved that, so that's good. But
yeah,
I mean, I think they should. I think they should, take a look at that and just try and change that, because it gets a bit confusing sometimes. But yeah, in terms of just quality, I think it was just overall poor. I mean, there was just especially the top teams that you were waiting for. Just no one apart from, to me, Spain and Germany, who play the best football. The
Mm,
rest,
Yeah.
and when I'm talking about top teams here,
yeah,
they just didn't turn up. And just, I don't know, it's because they had the long season as well, but just top players in general didn't show up. The Harry Kanes, the Mbappes,
yeah.
who else can I? Just a lot of top players just did not show up, and Cristiano Ronaldo and all that.
Mhm.
So yeah, for me, I mean, well-deserved winner, but just poor overall. What about you guys? What do you think?
Very, very poor. I mean, there was a handful of games that were entertaining. There was even less games that you saw some good football, some amazing football. I mean, the Europeans are the one claiming to have the best football, and we didn't see much of it except from Spain. So it seems like all teams are getting a little bit balanced because you see, so-called little teams giving bigger teams, um, you know, um, a good run. They're literally challenging them in some instances, and there's not much between them. So that's a really interesting case, for this Euro. I'm really curious as to how that's going to evolve. But I know that the so-called smaller teams, they're going to get better, right? So what are the better teams going to do? It seems like there's a ceiling there, but thankfully with Spain, it seems like that ceiling got expanded a little bit because that style of play that La Fuente came and implemented into the team. That's pretty much the football that everybody wants to see. It's like possession slash dynamic football. I mean, if you can pull it off, look how it looks. It looks amazing. So I know people are gonna try to copy that, just like Pep came, did his thing, everybody copied him, and then now it's like
Well,
teams.
I mean, you gotta have the players to play that. Though. That's the
You do,
problem.
you do, of course, and that's why everybody's gonna aim to probably build a team around to try to if it lasts, obviously, right? So even with with Guardiola, people have kind of trying to mimic it. They're trying to create their own versions of it. So I know probably the same thing is going to happen here, and we hope it's going to be better for football because otherwise, what we've seen throughout this tournament, I'm not saying it was trash, right? There was some good game, there was some good level there, but it's just as you said, Jan, something was missing, and I feel like what was missing was the fact that there was no true dominance except from Spain, and it's we're going to talk about it as well with the Copa. It's like are these tournaments becoming one team tournaments? Um, that's a little bit of my worry there. And a quick way to end that is just taking all these tournaments that happen, good for us, all in the same year, Euros, Copa, and even the Asian Cups happened as well, and the Euros on top of that. We can easily compare now, right? And I feel like, hey, there's been a shift. There's been a shift in the balance. It's like the AFCON for me has risen to a new level. For those at least that have seen it, I'm sure they will kind of attest to that. And I feel like, yeah, it's good all around for soccer that different parts of the world are doing better with the tournaments, but at the same time, for the Euros, for the so-called Euros to be the mighty king of the one of the highest level. And I'll quote Mbappe real quick saying that it's harder to win the Euros than to win the World Cup. Um,
Nonsense.
yeah, I don't agree with that, and we didn't show that. We didn't show that this was hard to win. We saw Spain win 7 in a spin to the final, right? Who was there to contest? So that's my opinion on that. I think it definitely needs something, and we're gonna find out what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best Euro, man. It wasn't the best Euro. Um, the last one was decent. 2016, I didn't think was good either. I think, like you said, Jan, there is a thing with the third place because you're trying to get more teams, which I guess is good, but at the same time, you are diluting the level a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't good. The big teams didn't turn up. The big players didn't turn up, except for Spain and maybe Germany, that played well too. It was more a tournament for the smaller teams, the teams that we actually didn't know much about,
Yeah,
with players that we didn't know much about. I saw that Miko Tatse guy for Georgia just moved to Monaco, so that tournament was good for him. I
yeah.
don't even know where he was playing before. I know he was playing somewhere in France, but I don't know where. But yeah, I think it was more for the smaller teams. The big teams didn't show up, like Fred said, and obviously we've had all the tournaments this year, so we can compare. Mbappe, that those comments were absolute nonsense to me. Yeah, so I think just I don't know if the level is dropping or if the smaller teams. I can say probably the smaller teams are getting better, but I think Spain winning it and winning it the way they did was good for football in the sense that I think obviously we've had the tiki taka revolution and everybody tried to copy it, and I feel like football kind of became a bit too possession obsessed for a little bit. But I think with Spain doing this, and not just Spain, there's been club teams as well trying to be more
Yeah.
By
aggressive,
11%, and I think they have the same.
exactly, trying to be more focused on just going forward, like just get forward, attack, attack, attack. And that was the football of what the 2000s, which a lot of people say it was probably the best era of football. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
people just going at each other, just
That's true.
a lot of 1v1s, a lot of
Mhm.
just attacking. Not too much. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna, So I do hope people copy Spain. I do hope people try to do that because that would be very good for us in terms of entertainment. And yeah, we'll see.
It'd be good for football in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be good for football in general. So yeah, we'll see, man. I mean, onto the World Cup and a bigger World Cup. I don't know what to expect from it, but we'll see.
Okay, well, guys, let's wrap it up here. Let's look forward to our next video where we'll be reacting to the Copa America. It's been a great video, great show as usual, and I'm just gonna ask our people who are watching us, like, comment, and subscribe as usual. Press that notification bell so you know when our next episodes drop. And just let us know what you think about what we discussed today, and just give us your opinion as well. So participate and just encourage us. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you soon in the next video. All right,
Yes,
guys.
sir. Ciao, ciao. Stay safe.
All right.